This is the Black Information Network Daily Podcast, and I am your host, Ramses Ja. And sometimes the amount of stories that make their way to us means that we simply can't cover everything that comes our way. But from time to time, a story just stays with me, and I feel compelled to share it with you and give you my thoughts. And now, one more thing.
I got one more thing I'd like to talk to you about right now.
Some state senators in Raleigh have introduced a bill that would ban trophies from youth sports leagues run by local government. No surprise, there's some opposition to the idea. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey got reaction from local youth coaches.
Okay, you heard that right. Of all the things going on in the world, 3 state senators put forth a bill called an act to prohibit awards and youth recreation activities of local governments based solely on participation. This isn't a resolution to curb gun violence. This isn't a resolution to address homelessness, economic inequalities, any of the many things that are going on in the world today. This is a movement to keep governments from handing out participation trophies to kids in youth sports. And this is just something that I happen to know of as being a very old conservative meme. It's just a long-standing sort of thing that these people who, in my opinion, just don't have enough to be angry about. They'll find things like this and find the worst possible view of it, the most sinister view of it, and then launch a whole campaign around it. Some are as old as this one. Some are happening right now, and some have yet to be discovered. But the fact remains is that oftentimes the far right, ultra conservative facet of this country seeks to find things like this that don't really feel uber masculine or uber traditional or whatever. And then they get mad about it. So why are we talking about it? Well, I got to thinking, for this one. There's so many participation trophies that exist in the world, if you choose to look at them that way, right? So these folks' issue is, you know what? If you're playing the game, you should play to win. And if you don't win, your lesson should be the only thing that you take away from the experience, right? Next time, win. And I can think of so many places. The most obvious one, in my estimation, is school. These folks' approach kind of reshapes your view of really any activity. Why would I do something if I'm not going to be number one at it? If I'm not going to beat everyone else, why even participate? Right? So why go to high school if you're not going to be the valedictorian? And if you end up being the valedictorian, great. But if you don't, if you come in, second place or graduate last in your class, your participation trophy is indeed a diploma, right? And whatever other trinkets you may graduate with. My school might have been a little weird. We got like little medals and stuff like that. I still have mine. But we don't, in my estimation, hold those participation trophies or those diplomas in a special place in our lives. We hang them on the wall, and when we look at them, it reminds us of the experience that we had. the friends that we had, the growth. It's a trinket. It's a memento, right? So why go to college if you're not going to, if you don't have a chance at graduating first in your class? Why take a sales job if you're not going to be the number one salesperson? Why do anything if you're not going to be the best to ever do it? If that were the case, we would only have one band. There would only be one rapper. There would only be one song. One genre of music. One everything. And I think this limited view of sports from conservatives is just a hill that they've chosen to die on. I don't think it has any real world implications beyond, fourth grade. Participation trophies don't really matter nearly as much. There are kids that really lean into this stuff and they're trying to go to college. They're trying to get scholarships, so forth and so on. So they're not doing it for any trophies. They're doing it to create a career, right? So I see nothing wrong with people giving a memento to a child who spent their summer with a team, learning interpersonal skills, learning a discipline, and enjoying themselves and having that experience and having something to look back on. And the fact that these ultra conservative folks pick these, in my estimation, really random things to be upset about. And then they run it up to, their Senate. There's 3 senators in North Carolina doing this. This is a hill that they're going to die on, participation trophies. It blows my mind. But as always, maybe it doesn't blow your mind. So as always, I open the floor up to you. Let me know what you think. Should participation trophies be banned in youth sports? Convince me. I would love for you to. You can reach out using the red microphone talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. Of course, you can hit me on all social media at RamsesJah. Let's talk about it. And until we do, peace. This has been a production of the Black Information Network. Today's show is produced by Chris Thompson. Have some thoughts you'd like to share? Use the red microphone talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. While you're there, be sure to hit subscribe and download all of our episodes. I am your host, RamsesJah, on all social media. Join us tomorrow as we share our news with our voice, from our perspective, right here on the Black Information Network Daily Podcast.